What's up, y'all? So, my mom used the word scallywag the other day, and I thought that was hilarious because she was so serious. And I just love when she brings back old school slang. She's like, that's scallywag. Anyway, my mom's the hoot. What's going on with me? Went to the gym today. My sister came and wasted my time. She piddled around on the machines and just really ran her mouth. And so I did that. Sat in the sauna. That was cool. Did my son's hair. He has locks, so I had to retwist his hair. Just did a housewife, mommy stuff, even though I'm not a housewife. You know what I mean? Yeah, and came and talked to you guys besides work. I see they went ahead and kicked out McCarthy. Man, it was like a vote of 216 to something. Yeah, they kicked the guy out. They didn't like the fact that he was siding with the Democrats. So those guys, they just can't get along. I mean, he was barely in there as it is. I don't know who they're going to, put in next, but yeah. I finished the show, White Django, the gay guy I was telling you guys about. He went on to California to explore the Pacific, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, if I could go back in time with what I knew now, obviously I'm black, so I need to take some weapons with me, but I would love to like pick a plot of land that I could secure and settle on for my family. I wish that I could do that, but I have to like map out a place that's not going to get hit by tornadoes, hurricanes, and wildfires and earthquakes and things like that. So it would take some research, but if I could go back and find some untouched land and just freaking build a whole fortress on it, man, that would be cool. Because just seeing him go back to California where there was like no buildings or nothing like that, freaking cool. Southwest Airlines is launching non-stop flights to Jamaica, Mexico from Kansas City for all you people that want to go. Maxine Waters has a comment on Kevin McCarthy. She said Kevin McCarthy's failed leadership has further exacerbated the chaos and crisis in the Republican conference. The MAGA Republicans successfully vacated the House Speaker. Democrats are going to work hard to keep the government open and prevent deep cuts in education. Yeah. They're continuing to find out that Trump is still broke, which is not shocking. 8 Republicans joined with all Democrats in removing McCarthy. So they officially removed him from leadership. They really didn't want to fool with that guy. That's the one time that Democrats and Republicans have worked together. That's crazy when you get fired on your job. They're saying that Sean Hannity is saying that some Republicans have been in contact with and have started an effort to draft former Trump to be the next speaker. And I've been told that Trump might be open to helping the Republican Party, at least in short term, if necessary. Man, wouldn't that be crazy? And I believe they would really try. They're saying Twitter is the new back page. Elon Musk's baby mama Grimes has sued him over parental rights, filing a petition last week against the billionaire with whom she has 3 children. Body camera shows detective striking the man in the face at least twice in seconds. So this is about this guy in Florida that was pretty much beat down by the police. Like, his eyes were pretty much closed shut. It was jacked. This lady in Florida is seeking $50,000 in damages after experiencing severe injuries on Disney's Typhoon Lagoon ride. The woman claims water slide induced wedgie resulted in vaginal lacerations and internal organ. They said this lady was really jacked up. Like, they were laughing about it being a wedgie, but they said that like her organs was like protruding. And that made me scared to get on a water slide, man. I was already scared to get on a roller coaster because I'm getting old. I used to love roller coasters, but now it's like, shoot, man. Gwen Stefani is 54. Hunter Biden is expected to plead not guilty to 3 firearm charges during his arraignment. Today is National Boyfriend Day. If you have a boyfriend that you want to claim. So Paris is battling a bedbug infestation with blood-sucking pests spotted in movie theaters, trains, and main international airport. Authorities are under pressure to tackle the problem before millions of people arrive for the Summer Olympics. So y'all gonna go to Paris and get y'all some bed bugs or no? Y'all over there for Fashion Week and everything else. That is scary. All you gotta do is tell me a place got a bed bug outbreak and I'm probably not gonna go back ever. We had a movie theater where I'm from that happened to, and they replaced all the chairs and everything, but just the thought of going in there just scares me. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, mostly I'll just talk about Kevin McCarthy getting ousted. Nothing too exciting anywhere else. Let's see what else we got here. Netflix is raising the prices, of course. Y'all better get some movies, because I saw Gay Django. That wasn't that good. $19.99 for premium. I'm trying to understand which I got that's going to charge $20 a month. For real. And not no freaking old movies and crap. That guy that's accused of allegedly maybe having something to do with his mother died, he's still over in Tulum kicking it. So, hopefully it's not true, but a lot of y'all are freaking out about this nationwide emergency alerts thing that's happening on Wednesday. Everybody is talking about wrapping their phone in foil, all the above. Like, people are just tripping. So FEMA and the FCC are conducting a nationwide test on October 4th to send text messages to all iPhones, TVs, and radios at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. The test includes 2 parts, with the EAS sending text messages to TVs and radios. The second part of the test, involving witness emergency alerts or wireless emergency alerts, will reach consumer cell phones and smartphones. And so let's read these comments, because y'all are so paranoid about this. Somebody said y'all scared of everything but God. Them secret phones y'all got about to get exposed. I'm hearing it's a frequency they're trying to send out. It's advised to turn off your phone and keep it off for 2 hours. Get work or stay woke. Am I the only one that read it? Like, Nationwide is on our side, preparing us for some more man-made chaos. The comments are hilarious. Y'all talking like the government not already listening. Exactly. Listen, I am a big conspiracy theorist, but the government already knows our cars have computers in it, guys. Like, in order for you to really get off the grid, you'd have to like not use anything that has electricity. Period. Cars, TVs, radios, microwaves, Bluetooth, Alexa, all the above, like video games, like if it's got a camera, if it's got whatever, they can freaking listen to. Like, y'all literally should have watched more of Kiefer Sutherland's show. I can't even 24. It tells you everything, how they can listen to everything we're doing. Like, you guys are stressing over something that's inevitable. They already know what y'all up to. Let's get into some Reddits here. How to turn down a woman you really like. Tell her that you don't feel emotionally ready to have a relationship. Only thing you tell her is truth. Be honest with her and tell her that you're not ready to be dating. I guess this person doesn't want to be dating. Just tell her. How many of you ladies prefer shaving over waxing? I only shave my underarms just because waxing hurts. A lot of y'all are shavers. For those women who are in relationships, were you friends with your partner before you started dating them, or did you guys meet and jump right into a relationship? I'm definitely friends first. Definitely. Because I'd been married and all that. So definitely friends first before we took the plunge to be serious. What are the pros and cons of a man living with his hoarding parents during his prime to save and invest? I mean, if he doesn't have any kids or anything, I wouldn't frown on it, but I wouldn't let him bring anything because he's probably bringing out some roaches or mice. Definitely. According to Reddit, whoever does the inviting does the paying. So how often do women ask you out for first dates? I've never asked nobody out for a date. But I'm not against like offering to pay. I'm not one of those people that think the men have to pay all the time. But someone says it's just a way to keep things the same since men are usually the ones that ask. I could ask my friends to go bowling, but none of them will assume I'm paying for them. Never, unless you count the time I asked a woman if she was free next weekend and she said, actually, I'm free tonight if you are. I married the first girl I dated and she asked for a second date and paid. Later, I paid for every second date. I thought it was normal. Now I see complete circus on the dating scene. Never. This rule is nothing more than a cop-out. Men only go through it with it because they have to. So y'all saying women never pay. That's not true. My husband, I pay for him to eat all the time. But our money comes out of the same household. What lies do some men like to believe? That you could actually fight an animal. Men do try to fight animals, that's for sure. I've known a couple of guys who added a couple of inches onto their height or junk and seemed to actually believe the lie after a while. Yeah, a lot of y'all men that's 5'8" is not really 5'8". Everyone likes to think they're on the right side of average for most things: intelligence, looks, and salaries. That's not mathematically possible. Men love to believe that they will rise to the occasion in a physical altercation, but it's just not true. When you get into a fight, you fall to your level of training and experience. You don't get better, you get worse. What about that adrenaline rush that we see in the movies? They can fix a broken woman. Being able to hide bald spots or hairline by styling it. Yeah, just shave it, some of y'all men. Y'all just holding on for nothing at this point. What tastes so good you can't believe it's healthy? Too much of anything is bad, so even water, like you can get water poisoning. But I don't know, because like I said, but I guess some fruits, I guess. What do you guys think? Blueberries, yuck. Salmon, I like salmon, but I don't be like, oh my gosh, it tastes so good. Somebody said strawberries, yeah, fruits, peanuts, Honeycrisp apple. A lot of y'all are on the fruit cake. Pico de gallo. Yeah, salsa can be good for you. Yeah, a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables could taste good. Those who actually have their jobs replaced by AI, what was the job of what replaced it? Interesting. Video editor. A lot of editors. So somebody said, I worked at Amazon for a few years, did inventory basically all night, then they installed cameras, scanners, AI, etc. Still need a human, but yeah, a lot of us were no longer needed. Self-driving high-tech forklifts. I do know Walmart has those like floor cleaner things. Yeah, slowly but surely. Semiconductors. Writing content. Transcription writers. Interesting. That's where we are in society at this point. Alright, y'all, let's get into these story times.
I'm nervous about this, but this shit needs to be said. Stop smoking weed around your kid. Stop smoking weed like it's a cigarette around your child, because it's not. They're two different things. Two different things, and I'm going to tell you, one of them is going to get you a quicker, more negative outcome than the other, and it's smoking weed. Look, I don't care what you do on your free time. I don't care, because we all need our vices. Like, it's life. It's the 21st century. I get it. But around your kid, I mean, it is. It's like night and day in the classroom right now. Your children are coming into the classroom reeking of weed as if they're the ones that just smoked. And I mean, the effects are insane. I'm seeing it with my own eyes, dude. You cannot tell me anything different. Obviously, yeah, there's other things at play, you know, where they live, who's raising them, all that shit. I get it. But I'm blaming weed, dude, because, like I said, night and day. So your kid will come in, right, and they smell like weed as if they just smoked themselves, okay? I mean, I kids sleeping through the day. Kids who are hungry throughout the day, having the munchies. Second graders, dude, having the munchies. They can't hold a conversation. They can't focus. They can't sit still. I mean, it's intense. Like, they can't learn. They can't even do a problem. It's insane. They're not kind. And I'm going to blame it on weed because then the next day they'll come in not smelling like it at all. At all. The scent is perfect, right? Whatever. They're ready to learn. They're focused. They're kind. They're not hungry. They finally got good sleep. We all know that your child's brain is still developing, right? Your child's brain is literally developing. It's like a sponge. And it stays that way literally until they're 25. Their whole life it'll stay that way. But you get the point. You get the point. Especially in primary grades. From birth until like 13, 14. Your kid is not going to be able to learn. Your kid's not going to be able to pick up the things they need to understand. Your kid's going to have problems in social settings. Your kid's going to have problems like with eating, dude. Sleeping problems, insomnia. I mean, you're talking the whole works, bro. You smoke to maybe relax some part of you or to help tap into some part of you, right? Your child doesn't need that. Your child's brain is still developing. They're still figuring out who they are and how they learn and what they like and what they love. And when we do that, when we take that step and smoke in front of them like it's fucking not a big deal, we're hindering that ability. And we're not doing the right thing by doing that in front of them because you're literally hindering their growth. That's all I gotta say, I guess.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that, especially with weed becoming so legal in a lot of places. I'm wondering on that, like, that whole thing with smoking. And yeah, it can and does hinder children. This lady is an actual teacher, so yeah, that sucks.
Isn't it ironic that Whitney Houston dies the same way that Jimi Hendrix dies? In a tub in a hotel, allegedly from drugs. And we know why Jimi Hendrix was murdered, the greatest guitarist of all time, because Jimi Hendrix wanted to finance the Black Panther Party, but he didn't know that his agent, his manager, was an MI6 British intelligence agent.
What? Damn.
And Prince was murdered because Prince didn't want to sell his unpublished music to Warner Brothers. And Michael Jackson was murdered because he didn't want to sell the Beatles catalog back to Sony Records.
What you want to ask for?
And R. Kelly went to jail because Sony Records wanted his catalog.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is not in jail for pedophilia, although that's wrong and he should be if he's guilty. But that ain't why he there. White folks been knew he was doing what he was doing. R. Kelly didn't go to jail till R. Kelly started questioning control of his masters. Bill Cosby goes to jail because the second largest oil company in the world wanted to drill under his home in Massachusetts and he wouldn't let them. And the reason they brought up the lawsuit with the ugly old white women is to financially bankrupt Bill Cosby, so he got to sell the house and the oil company gets the oil.
You sold the house?
I don't know.
Damn, but
he out of jail though.
Yeah, jail. No.
Not the ugly old white women.
You guys, oh my God, watch this.
This is a family compound. It's when you buy your own plot of land and build a small neighborhood of homes for you, your parents, your brothers, your kids, and your grandkids to help each other out. And my company helps you make this a reality. Let me explain. It's the 1950s, and up to this point, family compounds were the standard throughout human history. But once World War II ended, veterans started using government loans to buy into suburban developments that split the family compound apart. This shift from compound family living to nuclear family living resulted in a weakened family unit. Increases in depression, isolation, divorces, fatherlessness, abortions, all of these things stem from the shift away from compound living, the way of life God intended. So that's why we're making family compounds great again. At Access Centralized Real Estate, we offer done-for-you 10-acre off-grid homesteads, with each homestead coming with everything you need to move your family off the grid once and for all without giving up modern amenities. This includes 10 or more acres of land, custom homes, off-grid utilities, farming infrastructure, and most importantly, the option to have as many homes as you want to form your own family compound.
A house can be built without brick by brick. How did they do it? This is a technology developed by the American company Binishells to blow bubbles to build a house. When working, first build the foundation according to the drawings, then blow up the air pump bag like a bubbly. A basic house model is now available. Then pull the steel mesh along the surface of the air pump bag to fix the shape. After everything is ready, workers can then pour concrete with handheld spray guns. A house like this can be painted in just one day. After the concrete solidifies, a rough house was built. The internal air pump bag can also be reused after deflation. Compared with traditional construction methods, this technology can reduce construction hours by approximately 66%. The cost of a house built in this way is only $3,500. Not only that, its dome-like structure can evenly transfer the resistance pressure to the foundation along the entire perimeter of the building, thus making the house stronger. Can withstand natural disasters such as wind, snow, earthquakes, etc. And its non-flammability also eliminates fire hazards. In fact, many buildings used similar methods to build houses as early as ancient times. Not only saves time and effort, the unique shape looks particularly beautiful. It is also one of the most environmentally friendly buildings to date. Many tourist attractions and resorts have similar buildings. So do you agree with this concept of building a house?
I mean, would y'all go and live with y'all families? It's an interesting concept. What do you guys think about that?
So for those who don't know, a superfoetation pregnancy is when you get pregnant while you're already pregnant. And this happened to me in 2020. So basically what happened was we were planning for a baby and I got pregnant. I had an ultrasound. There was one baby. So I found that I was pregnant and I figured, I can't get pregnant again. It's, it's fine if we are continuing to be careless. I literally said that. And a week later, I went to the ER because I was in so much pain. I thought I was having a miscarriage. But come to find out, I was in so much pain because my uterus was growing so fast because there was 2 more babies. So that's like the short story of how I got pregnant twice in one pregnancy, and it happened all within like a week span. So yeah, it's very possible. I tell people all the time now to just be careful, because if it happened to me, it could happen to anybody. Triplets don't run in either one of our families, neither does twins. So yeah, it's very possible. That's pretty much it. The pregnancy itself was very good. I had a good pregnancy. Everything was fine. The babies are very healthy, even still to this day. But yeah, be careful, because you can end up like me, getting pregnant twice in 1 week.
That's crazy. And I saw her kids. They're cute, but she basically has triplets. And who knew that you could get pregnant while you are pregnant? That's crazy. She's talking about it can happen. No, ma'am. That's wild.
I know for a fact whatever he did to her, she had a strong fight.
What's up, everybody? All right, you guys, so before we get started with this very tragic story, as always, if you're not already following me, make sure you hit that follow button and let's get into this story. Now, today, we're going to be discussing a very tragic case of 18-year-old Deja Hood. Now, Deja is from Tyler, Texas, and her friends and family described her as somebody that you could talk to about anything. Deja is always that friend that keeps you smiling, and Deja was a very authentic person. So Deja not too long ago graduated high school, and she had dreams of moving to a big city, and she loved to install wigs, and she loved everything about fashion. Everything in Deja's life was going like it was supposed to up until September 26th. So Deja's mother grew extremely worried when she couldn't get in contact with Deja.
So after talking with police, her mother told them, look, I know she went out with some friends, but I know she went out with one particular friend. So this friend was 19-year-old Jamaria Britton. So Deja's mother is saying that this is the last person that Deja was known to be with. So police go and they reach out to Jamaria, and Jamaria tell police, well, yes, Deja did come help me a few days ago, and she helped me with moving into my apartment. So Jamaria told police that he did pick Deja up, and Deja was babysitting someone's baby. So Deja and this baby came over to Jamaria's apartment, but Jamaria told police that Deja and this baby was picked up by somebody and that he didn't know where Deja was. So the reason why police did not believe what he was saying was because Jamaria is the one who actually dropped this baby back off to Deja's mother. When he dropped this baby off to Deja's mother, Deja was not with him. So while they're looking for Deja, they decide to go over to the apartment of Jamaria in order to try to see if they see anything out of place and to talk to him in person. Now, once police go inside this apartment, they notice some very strange things. They see that somebody spray painted loser on the wall, and when they asked Jamaria, he said that it was an ex that had did that. Now, something else that police noticed was blood on the carpet. So they questioned Jamaria a little bit more extensively, and that's when they learned the shocking truth. Jamaria admitted that yes, Deja did come over to the house, and yes, Deja did have a baby with her. Now, he explained that he had just broken up with his ex and he was going through a lot of stuff. So Deja, being the good friend that she is, she was literally over there not only to help him pack up and move, but she was over there to console him and comfort him while he was breaking up with his ex. Now, Jamaria is saying that while all of this is going on, he's in the kitchen, he's thinking, and that's when Deja walks up to him and she pulls on his ear. Now, y'all, these details are very gruesome, but this is a very crazy case, and I want to get it out there because Deja deserves justice. So after Deja tugged on his ear, Jamaria is saying he got triggered because that's something that his ex used to do. Although Deja was just playing, trying to trip up her friend, Jamaria then lost it. When Deja turned to walk away, he then got a glass bottle and hit Deja on the back of the head. After Deja fell over, he told police that he then got on top of her and punched her. He also said he strangled her as well. So Jamaria continued his attack until he thought that Deja was dead. So after that, he told police that he got a weapon and he tried to take his own life. But during this whole attack, a neighbor heard what was going on and this neighbor knocked on the door. This prompted Jamaria to stop his attack because now he's believing that Deja is dead. So he goes and takes the baby that Deja was watching and drops his baby off at the mother's. But y'all, when he returns, he realizes that Deja is still alive and Deja is now calling out his name. Sadly, instead of stopping his attack trying to get help for Deja, he then gets a knife and finishes the job. Jamaria then wraps her body up and he goes to try to dispose of her. Another neighbor ends up seeing him trying to do something, so he just dumps the body in the creek right behind the apartments. Police later do recover Deja's body and Jamaria is charged with her murder.
Gordon said her daughter may be with Jamaria Britton. In police custody, the affidavit states he later admitted to Hood's murder. Britton was soon contacted by police, where he said that on Monday, he picked up Hood and a 1-year-old child that she was caring for, hit Hood with an object, and strangled her. A neighbor soon knocked on the apartment door to ask if everything was okay. After responding, Britton drove the child back to Hood's mother's apartment. When he returned, he discovered Hood was still alive and stabbed her. According to the affidavit, Hood was spooked by a neighbor while disposing of the body.
That's absolutely crazy, y'all. Crazy. Who are y'all friends with?
Pimping out his 7-year-old daughter, making her dress up in heels and makeup to perform sex acts on other people.
The nurse at Lew Wallace Elementary reported to agents with the Attorney General's office that a child at the school was possibly being trafficked. She said a 7-year-old girl missed school a lot and often made strange comments like, "Mom and I hustle." The nurse then told the AG's office that last November, the girl showed up to school dirty and smelled of urine. A teacher took her to the bathroom to change her and found dried blood in her underwear and believed she had been sexually assaulted. Albuquerque police investigated after the underwear incident, but determined there was no cause for concern. Shortly after that, in November 2017, school staff remembered the girl getting dropped off at school in high-heeled shoes, press-on nails, her hair done, and she was wearing makeup. The girl's father, James Stewart, has now been arrested for trafficking. The little girl has been taken into CYFD custody and told investigators Stewart made her touch men and women under their clothes and and in exchange, he got weed and pints. The girl also said her mother would take her to secret parties, identified as strip clubs, in a criminal complaint. She says she was forced to dress up in heels and wear lots of makeup.
Yeah, they both need life for this one. Throw the whole parents away. I'ma label these two goofies.
I don't know how the police didn't find any probable cause with the whole underwear situation. That's just sick. I wanted to end on something better, but unfortunately that's my last video for the night. But we'll be back tomorrow. Pray over y'all kids, and if you want to put tinfoil over your phones next tomorrow, good luck. Turn off the TV though. Don't be watching the news because they're gonna get ya. They're gonna get ya.